Are you ready to improve your health naturally, but you're not sure of where to look or how to find a practitioner? Well, you are in good company. This is a common problem that a lot of people face, and I'm going to give you my recommendations for the types of practitioners that I recommend and how to find them.
My name is Alexis, and I'm a nurse whose passion is to empower you with knowledge of natural health solutions so that you can obtain the kind of healing you're looking for.
There are many subsets of holistic medicine. The list is very long, and I'll give you a few examples later. And it's wonderful that we have so many options, but it can be hard to narrow them down. So I like to give two different types of practitioner recommendations to people. One would be functional medicine practitioners, and two would be traditional Chinese medicine doctors / acupuncturists. The main reasons I recommend these two different types of practitioners are because they are required to be licensed in the states that they live in, and they both have been through lots of school. And of course, I wouldn't recommend these types of practitioners if I didn't think and see that their methods they use are very effective. They are also both very comprehensive in the types of treatments that they are able to offer to people. And in the case of functional medicine, the therapies and modalities used are already familiar to most Western-minded people because they use things like lab work, supplements, etc. I wanted to give you an example of just the many different types of holistic practitioners that are out there, just based off of a great wellness center that is actually near me. And at this one wellness center, they house all of these different types of practitioners. They have applied kinesiology, electrodermal screening, physical therapy, health coaching, naturopathy, thermography, neurofeedback, and detox therapy. How can you find these types of practitioners? You can always Google them, of course. The internet is always at our fingertips, but it is always best to get recommendations from people around you. So start asking the people around you if they've had any health problems that they've addressed naturally and if they've worked with a practitioner. And if that you're not getting much there, you can always join a more holistically minded Facebook group of people in your area who can recommend who they have seen. And there are directories online that you can always use if the other methods are not working. And these directories have functional medicine doctors and acupuncturists in your area if you put in your zip code. And I will attach the links to those directories in the description of this video. I do want to make a quick note on DOs. And by this, I'm referring to Doctor of Osteopathy, is what DO stands for. A lot of people assume that DOs are more holistically minded. And of course, this is not to say that they are not, because any doctor can incorporate more holistic principles into their practice if they choose. However, just so that you are aware that although DO school originated to be more holistically minded than MD school, they have largely merged with the MD mindset and program over the course of many years. And so nowadays, the DO program is extremely similar to the MD program, with the main difference being that they have extra osteopathic training. And if you're not familiar with what osteopathy is, it is a really fascinating form of hands-on medicine. Kind of reminds you of chiropractics, where the doctors are actually putting their hands on you and stretching you and using different techniques to actually physically manipulate your body. And it is actually billable by insurance, and honestly is a really nice therapy that would be great if it was used more often by people who are trained to do it. And I do want to make clear that, of course, DOs can make wonderful doctors. Absolutely. But just because you're seeing a DO doesn't mean that you're going to be seeing a doctor who is more holistically minded. Ultimately, if you live in a decent sized area, you really shouldn't have too much of a problem finding one of these types of practitioners. But if you don't live in that kind of area, or you don't like the people who are working around you, there are always online appointments that you can do with certain functional med doctors around the country. It obviously wouldn't matter where you are, where they are, if you're doing it online. So that's always an option you can look more into. But also remember that working with a good practitioner can really make all the difference. Yes, it is very important for you to do your part in the beginning and try and do everything that you can to improve your own health. So much you can do even without a practitioner, of course. But sometimes, in fact, a lot of times, working with a good practitioner is really what ends up taking you all the way to your goals. And when you are working with a practitioner, you finally found someone, remember to do your part in taking advantage of all the advice and the wisdom that they are giving you, doing all of the things, because that is only going to benefit you and maximize your chances of success and reaching the goals that you want to obtain. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Do it for the chickens.